Hey everybody, it's Remy, and today we're talking about a big stinker. I'm talking jackass fart mask level of stinky. PU. And the game that we're unfortunately talking about today is... Alright, enough. The trailer's sick, don't get me wrong. And when I say unfortunately, I mean because I was actually really hyped for this game. My expectations were probably a little higher than they should have been, but Suda51 has a reputation for making games that get very mixed reviews, sometimes even splitting its own fan base. My only real experience with the studio was No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle, back when I was in middle school, which, let's be real, I had absolutely no business playing at that age. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've touched anything from the studio, and from what I've heard, this might be the most Suda game ever made. And that might not be a compliment. The game starts with you, Romeo, sitting in a patrol car, but the whole thing is shot from the POV of a dash cam. You're having conspiracy theory conversation with your cop buddy when suddenly you spot a body in the middle of the road. So of course you pull over and investigate. And that's when everything gets a little wonky. Out of nowhere you get jumped by a demon and straight up killed. But wait, it gets weirder. Your grandfather shows up in full Back to the Future fashion, and I'm talking mad scientist Emmett Brown type, and revives you using a device he created. Now you're what they call a Deadman? Not fully alive, not fully dead, just stuck in between. Oh, and on top of that, you've got a missing love interest, Juliet, who you're chasing throughout the game, hopping across different points in space and time. Because why not? Almost forgot to mention, now you work for the Galactic FBI. Yeah, we're like 20 minutes in and it already feels like someone hit shuffle on the sci-fi fever dream. So now that we got the premise out of the way, let's talk the meat and bones of gameplay. Now the combat itself, it's alright, but it definitely feels kind of janky at times, kind of stiff. You see, that's kind of how No More Heroes felt too. The difference is, I give No More Heroes a pass. That was a Wii era game, and it definitely leaned heavy into motion controls, swinging the Wii remote to finish enemies. That was dope at the time. It felt unique, it felt intentional. Here though, there's no excuse. It just feels stiff without novelty to back it up. That's kind of the theme with this game. It feels dated, but not in a charming way. I only mention that because I've seen absurd claims that it feels like Devil May Cry, which simply couldn't be further from the truth. I also wasn't a big fan of the level design. Most of the areas feel boxed in, almost unfinished. And the game kind of hides behind the whole "you're jumping through random pockets of space" thing as an excuse. But to me, it just made everything feel cheaper. Like, instead of intentional surrealism, it felt like budget constraints. And my absolute least favorite location, the subspace. I dreaded every second of being there. The music, annoying. The atmosphere, draining. The puzzles, boring as hell. To even get transported there, you have to sit through deep philosophical monologues that go on and on. I'm not gonna lie, I almost skipped 90% of it. Call me low IQ if you want, maybe you're right. But if your philosophy lecture is gonna stand between me and actual gameplay, I'm smashing the skip button. I also played the game on the highest difficulty, which, in hindsight, probably my second mistake. The first mistake was spending $40 on the game. Every regular enemy felt super bulky, like damage sponges, but it really became a problem during the boss fights. And look, I did everything, every minigame, every side activity trying to beef my character up, sort of.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
I did try bulldozing halfway, skipping some warps, and I still felt like I was hitting bosses with a pool noodle for most of the game. At least until the final fight. Now to be fair, the boss designs, pretty cool. I actually give them that. Visually creative, very on brand, and they actually provide a solid challenge. Honestly, the bosses were probably the most redeeming part of the whole experience. I could keep going. There's the bastard system, which I actually kind of liked, aside of having to hold the right trigger to yank them out of the ground every single time. Then there's the cooking minigame, the arcade segment where you level up damage or gain consumable charges. Didn't love those, but at this point, the reviews getting longer than the game should have been. At the end of the day, I can't recommend this game, but maybe it's because it wasn't made for me. I've seen a lot of hardcore Suda fans absolutely loving this game and calling it Suda's magnum opus, and I sorta, kinda, maybe understand why. It's definitely vibes, strong vibes, but for me, that's all it was. Vibes without gameplay to back it up. In a time where we've got so many absolute bangers dropping back to back, I just can't justify putting time into this one. So yeah, keep this far away from me. If you're a diehard Suda fan, you might find something special here, but if you're just looking for a tight, polished action game, there's way better options out there. What's up, everybody? It's Remy. I know I look a little different, but that's not the point. I just wanted to go ahead and say thank you to everybody who just got to the end of the video. I seriously appreciate you. And I'm actually really excited for the next video I'm about to make. It's a game that I've been playing with my cousin and my brother. We don't really have time like that, but we make time, and that's just because of how good it is, and the experience is one like none other. I haven't had this much fun since Gauntlet Dark Legacy when I was like 13. So yeah, it's an absolute banger, and I can't wait to make a video on that. So Remy out.